Gen X, what if success didn't always show up while you were grinding? What if it showed up later? While you were having dinner with your family, while you were watching TV, or while you were sleeping. Now, listen, I'm not talking about doing nothing and hoping income magically appears. That's just not real. I'm talking about something different. I'm talking about doing the focus work first, building the right system, and then allowing the system to keep working after you step away. And for most of us in Gen X, that is a completely different way of thinking because we were raised on the old rule. If you're working, you get paid. If you stop working, the income stops. You punch the clock, you do the shift, you get the paycheck. And for years, that made sense. But today, that plan is carrying too much weight. One paycheck is trying to cover the mortgage, the groceries, gas, bills, debt, retirement, emergencies, and the future. That is a lot to ask from one income. And if you've ever looked at your retirement and quietly thought, is this really going to be enough? Then you already know what I'm talking about. That's why I believe so strongly in building something outside your paycheck. Not because jobs are bad, not because hard work doesn't matter. Hard work does matter, but hard work without a system can keep you stuck. That's the difference. An automated online business is not about avoiding work. It's about putting your work into something that can keep moving after 2 focused hours are done. Now, instead of chasing people all day, instead of cold messaging friends and family, instead of sitting on the phone trying to convince strangers, you learn how to put the right message in front of the right people and let the system do what it was built to do. That's the shift. You still have to show up. You still have to learn. You still have to follow the steps. You still have to be consistent, but you do not need to be glued to your phone all day to start building something different. You can start with 2 focused hours a day. Time to create content, time to learn the system, time to place your messages where the right people can find it, time to build something that belongs to you. And over time, those small daily actions begin to stack. That is where most people get this wrong. They want the results before they build the habit, but success usually works the other way around. The habit comes first, the discipline comes next. The consistency comes first, then the results start showing up, sometimes when you least expect it. And that's what this whole idea represents. It's not about sitting around hoping something happens. It's about doing the focused work, building the system, and realizing your business can still be working even when you're not sitting in front of the screen. That matters. Because the old plan is getting harder. Groceries cost more, gas costs more, jobs feel less secure, retirement feels closer than it used to, and a lot of people our age are quietly wondering how they're supposed to catch up. The answer is not always more hours. Sometimes the answer is a better income system. That's what I help people understand. A simple automated online business that can be worked in about 2 focused hours a day. No tech overwhelm, no cold calls, no chasing people. Just a proven blueprint, digital products, automation, and a community of people learning how to build something around their life instead of giving their whole life to work. So if you're watching this and wondering, could this actually work for someone like me? Here's my honest answer. Yes, ordinary people can do this, but not by accident. It happens when you stop waiting. It happens when you follow the steps. It happens when you show up consistently. It happens when you put in the focused work and let the system work with you. Because success does not always announce itself ahead of time. Sometimes it shows up after you've been quietly doing the work. So if you're tired of relying on one paycheck, if you're tired of wondering whether retirement is going to work, if you're tired of always being on, then maybe it's time to build something that works when you don't. Because the best time to start building your backup plan was yesterday. The next best time is today.